Hello there, I am and the idea of this video is to give a short introduction of Maven. Okay, and this is the topics that we are about to cover. What is Maven, the steps to install, Maven archetypes, how to create a simple project, so on and so on. And so Maven is a great tool and really flexible. It can be used for building, testing, reporting, and for documentation. And it's used for automation in Java projects. And we are going to cover building and testing in this tutorial. Okay, so in Ubuntu, the steps to install are these two steps: sudo apt update and sudo apt install Maven. So just to show, I don't have Maven installed in my local machine, so first I'm gonna run a apt update. There is a few errors in there, but for now we can just ignore. And now I'm going to install Maven. Okay, so to test you can type mvn, this is the Maven command, minus version, and we can see that it worked. Okay, okay, great. Now you have Maven installed, so let's create a new Java project using Maven. Maven has these concepts of archetypes, where work like a template, where you define the archetype that you want to use, and maybe we'll generate a project for you based on the archetype. There is some variables that we can use. So in this command here, we are using mvn archetype generate. We are going to generate a new project. The group ID is the group ID of our company, the name of the artifact, and here we define the architect type that we are going to use. In this case it's a quick start. That's not going to have a lot pre-configured for us, and we specify that we don't want to use the interactive mode here, so he's not going to prompt us about other options. Okay, let's type this command on the terminal to generate a new project for us, and we can see how Maven works. Go to an empty folder. In my case here, I'm using my user home /dev/tutorials, and I'm going to put the command. Sorry, I'm just paste the command, and Maven is going to generate the project for us. Okay, if you see this message, it means it worked. Okay, let's check inside the folder. Here we have upon.xml. we are going to talk about this later. We have a folder named src. It's meaning source, where our source code is going to be maintained. We have a main and a test folder, and here, if you keep opening these folders, you are going to see we have a Java class. Maven generated for us. The simple class only has a hello world. Okay, so let's import this project inside IntelliJ. Okay, I'm going to, okay, you can hit this project, import project. You can choose here, you choose the directory where the project was generated. You need to choose the directory where the pond.xml is located in this window. It's really important for you to choose the Maven external model. Here you can leave as is. Here you can leave as is again, and here you can choose the JDK for the project. In our case it's 1.8. Let's continue. You can leave this as it is, and then IntelliJ is going to import the project for us. So let's keep diving here in the project structure. Inside the source folder we have the main and test folders, where both of them contains a Java folder. This is used because here we are going to put the folders that we are going to use in production, the files that we're going to compile to ship to production. So this is our main code, and here in the test folder is the code that we are going to use to test our main code. Okay, and they have a subfolder named Java because in Maven projects you can have as many languages as you want, and that is, for example, if I want to use Scala here in this project, it is another language, would have a new folder named Scala with the Scala sources in here. But that's not too much important. Let's keep going. So we have our main class here. If we run, we are going to see hello world on the console. Not a lot special. And the most important file here, so this is the pond.xml, and here we have the pond extends for project object model. It's where all the configuration of Maven it is. So here we are going to define how to compile our project, and the dependencies of project, and all of Maven configuration is going to be located here. So we have a model version, that it's the version of the pond that we're using, the group ID of our company, the artifact ID of this project, the packaging type can be a jar, a war, a ERR, in the packaging of a project it can be jar or war, it depends. The version, the name of the project, here we can specify our URL for a project, and the dependencies. Okay. And for this dependence, you can see we have a scope tag in here with a test value. This means this dependency is only applied for the test source. Okay, so it's basically an XML file. And how Maven works. Maven have this concept of goals. So when we specify a goal, we are going to run all the goals that came before. So for example, to compile the project, first Maven is going to run the validate, and to test the project, first you need to compile. So I'm going to explain each goal. So the validate, it validates if the project structure and all the necessary information is available. The compile, it just compiles the source code for the main and the test source folders. And the test, it's going to run our tests. You can have here you can have a test framework like JUnit. This test here, and this is really important, cannot depend for the code to be packaged or deployed, because it comes after. So the package phase is going to package our project. So in our case, it's going to be a jar file. In our case, it's going to be a jar file. And the verify is going to check the results of tests, to check if everything is okay. The install phase install this package into the local repository, so we can use this project in another as dependency for another project. And the deploy phase copies the final package to the remote repository for sharing with other developers. So it's everything great. So let's try to compile our project here. Nvn compile, and you can see that we can type any of that goes. Validate, compile, test, package, and verify. And install. Okay, and great. So you can see here the Maven generates a new target folder whenever we compile. These all the compiled files are going to be located in here. So we have a folder inside here named classes and a jar file. If we run this jar file, you're gonna see that we don't have a main class, so we can fix that later. Inside class, we are going to have our app class, and we can run our class. Great. To remove this folder, you can type ambient clean. It's going to delete all the compiled source. To generate again, Maven, I typed it wrongly. Install. It's going to generate again. Okay. So let's fix the generation of our jar file. If you remember, if we run the jar file that was located inside the target folder, he complains that he doesn't have a manifest file. So maybe we can generate this for us. We just need to tell him. So here we are adding below dependencies a new tag named build. And here we are going to specify new Maven plugins. We are going to use this Maven Jar plugin, and here we are adding configuration to the build itself. We are adding this manifest specifying the main class. Okay, so now if I regenerate the jar file, this time Maven is going to include the manifest file, and then we can run safely our jar. Okay, and it's great. Let's make a quick test here. So when we generated our project, Maven included this test. It's a simple test. You can see that it doesn't have a lot going on, just this simple test app. Let's just try to break this test. Okay, we need to update the JNS version first. Okay, so we don't have the notation here. We need to update the version of the JUnit dependency to 4.12. I'm just going to give the space here between the tags, and we need to hit import changes. So now they are applied. Let's create a new test here, name failing test. That it's a simple test that it's going to fail always. So let's write assert true, false. So it's always going to fail. Why it doesn't load? Okay, now that we update the dependency, we don't need this test case anymore. Actually, we don't need any of this. Let's remove this. So let's import this. Okay, much cleaner. Let's just try to compile, see if everything keeps working. Let's run our tests. Okay, he's going to download, and as expected, the build failed because we have a failing test here. Just import this. Okay, so we have two tests. One is failing, that's why it doesn't build successfully. Here inside the target folder, it generates the report of the tests in an XML file. We can configure this to generate a HTML report, but we're not going to do this right now. So let's just fix this test for now and run the test to go again. And now the build passed successfully. So I will show you, as I will show you. This specifies dependencies for the project. Let's add a new dependency here. IntelliJ will prompt for us to import the changes. Okay. Why is complaining? I don't know. Let's check if it worked. Yeah, it worked. I don't know why the validation is not. So let's just leave this for now. let's create a new class here. Name it Pojo. It's going to have a name and age. I'll just remove the filter since in this case it doesn't matter. Create a constructor and getters and setters for these attributes. So let's use Jackson to write this object as a JSON. I'm going to use my name and my age. I need to so this method throws an exception. I'm going to add an exception here. And we're going to get this JSON and just print on the console. Let's try to run. Maven install. We have an error on our phone. I think this is just an encoding problem. Let me type this again, just so it's going to be happy about it. You guys should not have this problem when you are trying this. I'm going to delete this and try to compile again. It was just the encoding. I must have copied from Betzer's. Let's run our jar file. Okay, a problem. Why we have this problem? Because we don't have all our dependencies inside the jar. So if we have a look up here on the generated jar, you can see that we only have our class and the dependency was not included on the package. So if I run from IntelliJ, from our IDE, you can see that our just make this beautiful. You can see that we are able to see the jar, the JSON. To fix this, we need to configure Maven to output all of our dependencies into our jar. Okay, okay. So to generate a jar file, with all of our dependencies. It's very easy. We can just add a new plugin here. So now we're not going to need this one anymore. We're going to use a new plugin, this one. Let me just paste it here. And so, as you can see here, I'm specifying the main class of our project, and I'm specifying that it's a jar with dependencies. Let's try to run. Now you can see here that it has generated two jars. One is the same as before with only our project, and this new one, bundle or dependencies, or Jackson dependency here. Let's try to run, and as you can see, we have our hello world and a new JSON output in here. Great. So this is for this tutorial. This is for this tutorial. If you want to learn more, you can check the Maven website and bkong.com. There's great Maven tutorials also. And that's it for now. Bye guys.